Hi, Solomon here. Money King, I'm in the building. Today, let me tell you a little story. I remember one time I went to the market. I think my wife was pregnant or something, and so I had reasons to go to the market. And in the bid to impress her, I was going to get chicken, and so it was a rainy day, and a lot of things were really haphazard in the market, and I just kind of rushed into the market, and then I found this chicken wings and chicken parts that were already so so-called processed, and it looked a lot. So I bought other things, and then I bought the chicken wings, so to speak, and it was cheap, it was good, looked fresh until I got home. When I got to the house, and I tore the nylon that carried the chicken open. It was a lot of bones that was in there because it was already packaged in the market. It was raining. Uh, Everybody was brisk and they would need to get out of there quickly. And so I just moved it and got home. And I opened it and I began to look for chicken. I didn't see any. All I saw were skirmishes of chicken and a lot of bones. And my wife laughed and she said to me, "So you bought bones in the name of chicken?" You see, in the investment market, a lot of people go to the market with the hope that they are buying chicken. But 5 years, 10 years, sometimes 20 years down the line, when it's time to retire and check what you have bought, it's a lot of bones. It's a lot of failed asset vehicles. It's a lot of skirmishes of the real deal. The reason why I bought bones instead of chicken was I didn't know. When I got home, she laughed at me and said, "Hey, if you had asked me, I'd have told you to avoid those guys. Because they're all packaged by the roadside, it's easy to just pick and pay and leave. But with doing that, you're buying rubbish." And the investment market, like I always teach, is so much so like any other market where we buy other commodities and goods. And there are people on the roadside. There are roadside investment vendors. There are people lurking just to sell to you bones in the name of chicken. And you say, "Oh, this is fantastic. The reward is amazing. You'll get 20% returns, or you get 60% returns. Oh, you're most likely to turn rich suddenly." And they sell you all these bones or bone, bone investments, like I like to describe them in the name of chicken. What did I need to do? I needed to take my time to be patient. It would not rain forever. I drove to the market. I could have well have sat in the car till the rains had subsided and bought properly. I could have spent time to check what was the content of that packaged good instead of buying it hurriedly. When you go into the investment market, like I went into that chicken market, so to speak, take your time. Don't rush an investment. Study it, understand how it works. People talk a lot about diversification, but I've learned that the major players in the money game don't diversify nothing. They focus on one asset class and master it. That's why Warren Buffett is a champion of the stock market. He's very cryptocurrency averse, for example. Dangote will tell you, "You see these things? I know them very well." The people that you admire don't necessarily diversify. You want to stay somewhere, you want to understand what you're doing, and you want to make great gains from consolidating your portfolio. It's not everything everybody brings to you that is good enough for you to put your money in. You see, in my case, I drove to the house before I found out that it was bones that I had bought in the name of chicken. In the case of investing, however, sometimes it take you 5 years, sometimes 10, 20, 30 years of consistently saving and waiting and patiently hoping that that investment would yield, and then you find out that it was all fluff. So I'm saying do your due diligence. Be patient. Let nobody play you the scarcity, you go soon finish card. Don't do that to yourself. Opportunity in investing does not come once. There's always opportunity for the prepared investor. So don't rush to buy bonds thinking that you're buying chicken. don't be like me. Take your time, do your due diligence. Sometimes time helps things turn out clearer. If you need to make an investing decision, buy some time. It won't hurt. You see, and there's the paradox of time in investing. If you're too slow, it may pass. If you're too quick, you may buy nonsense. So you need to feed yourself on the right information. Now, in the scenario that we are mirroring, if I had gotten first-hand information from somebody who was a veteran of the market, if I'd asked my wife and said, hey, I'm buying chicken, or if I'd called her just at that moment when I was going to buy chicken, I said, hey, I see one chicken where they package it, should I buy it? She'd have said, oh no, don't do that. The role of somebody in your life who's a professional, the role of somebody in your game, in your money team who understands these things cannot be overemphasized. Investing is a team sport. Good, great investing that produces enormous returns over the years is something that is done with a legal counsel, for example. You need somebody on your team that understands accounting and understands taxation. You need somebody on your team who understands the financial services market. You need a financial advisor. You need somebody who can show you, that thing where you want to buy so na bono. This is how to identify chicken. And every time I remember that experience, I smile. And I say to friends, buddy, don't buy bones though and think that you're buying chicken. Because you may not be able to return it. I wasn't able to return the bones. Even if I attempted to return the bones, if I got there, it probably would have been a quarrel, or she would have given me a replacement, which would be again another set of packaged bones. I'm saying to you, in investing, gather requisite knowledge. I'm saying have the right people on your team. I'm saying a little patience will work for you. Plus, a lot of education and finding out what you are going into is something that you want to do. My name is Solomon, they call me the Money King, and I've been talking to you about not buying bones, thinking that you're buying chicken. Have a brilliant day. Yeah, in the action. It's hard to start. In the building now. In the building. Oh yeah, let's go. This guy I know the pin now. Let's try something. I'll take a cue. Anybody give me?
Alright. Action.
Good morning, Solomon King, Money King. I'm in the building. Yes, and that thing they do for no.
Hi, Solomon. No, that's not sweet. Hello.